Welcome to the ITC EHS Induction Program. Your safety is important to us and we respect all those who follow the safety rules and regulations. Here are a few simple rules and regulations to follow for your own safety and security. Road safety. Safety pre-riding tips. Before starting your vehicle, check the following: fuel tank, indicators, tire pressure, headlight, horn. Bike riders must ensure that they have worn proper safety gear, such as ISI marked helmet, helmet and knee protection, and biker jacket. Riding tips include brakes. Use both brakes simultaneously to avoid skidding. Speed. Always follow the speed limit. Limit. Your bike has limits, don't overstress your bike. Indicate. Don't cut lanes without indicating. Distance. Keep a safe distance between vehicles. Pillion. Ensure that you can ride with the additional weight before you ride. This is our layout. It has 4 assembly points. In case of any emergency, go to the nearest assembly point. Remain in the assembly area until notified. Do not go inside until you have been instructed to do so. Let us look at what EHS is. EHS stands for Environment, E, Health, H, and Safety, S. Environment. Surroundings where we live. Saving natural resources, reducing waste. Increasing green belt. Reduce the environmental impact, air and water. Waste management. Health. Occupational health is an area of work in public health to promote and maintain highest degree of physical, mental and social well-being of workers in all occupations. Safety. Safety means keeping yourself and others free from harm or danger. Condition of being safe. Free from accidents and incidents. Freedom from injury. HSE policy. ITC is committed to conducting its operations with due regard for the environment and to provide a safe and healthy workplace for its employees. It is ITC policy. 1. To contribute to sustainable development through the establishment and implementation of environment, health and safety (EHS) standards that meet the requirements of relevant laws, regulations, and codes of practice, and endeavor to create the safest workplace environment. 2. To take into account environment and occupational health and safety aspects in planning and decision-making. 3. To enhance EHS performance by setting objectives and targets and continually monitoring key performance indicators. 4. To provide safe and healthy working conditions for the prevention of work-related injury and ill health through the process of risk identification and systematic assessment with active participation of the workforce. 5. To encourage a culture of safety by providing appropriate training to employees as well as service providers' employees on EHS, investing in state-of-the-art technology and developing human capital. 6. To instill a sense of duty in every employee, including those of service providers at the company's premises, towards their personal safety, as well as that of their coworkers. 7. To ensure adoption of resource-efficient and cleaner production methods and techniques in pursuit of a low-carbon pathway. 8. To continuously enhance contribution from renewable energy sources to meet overall energy demand. 9. To focus on an integrated water management approach that includes investing in water conservation measures, wastewater treatment, and rainwater harvesting so as to continually reduce net water consumption in its units. 10. To work towards recycling of all waste generated in operations. Behaviors-based safety, BBS. It focuses on behaviors that promote safety. Behavior is usually an outward expression of attitude. BBS tries to influence attitude indirectly by changing the behavior. Hazards. Hazard is a physical situation or source with the potential for human injury, damage to property, damage to environment, or a combination of all. Risk. Risk is a measure of both the probability and consequences of all hazards in an activity. A hazard is a source of danger, such as a knife. A risk is exposure to danger, such as handling the knife, which could result in a lacerated wound. The iceberg effect. Any accident at work results in both direct and indirect costs. Only 10% of an iceberg is visible. The remaining 90% is below sea level. Direct costs tend to be the ones that we think of first. Indirect costs may be those that are less obvious, but, as you can see from the diagram, they account for more of the overall cost of an accident than the direct costs. Accident triangle theory. It explains how they can help you evaluate your accident KPIs more effectively and show how you can define targets for better occupational safety. Reasons for accidents. A procedure in itself will not help if personnel do not follow it. The best equipment will not help if people do not use it properly. By reporting near miss and potential hazard, we can avoid untoward incident. We need to keep an eye out for potential hazards to reduce any chance of accidents. Unsafe act. It is act done by a human being which may result in accident. Examples. Violating safety rules. Working without authorization. Overspeed. Improper tool. Lack of knowledge. Working without PPE. Wearing loose clothes near running machines. Unsafe position or posture. Working on moving equipment. Unsafe loading, placing, stacking, etc. Unsafe condition. It is a condition of the workplace which may result in accident. Examples. Abnormal workplace. Congested workplace. Defective tools or equipment. Excess noise. Hazardous fumes, dust, vapors, etc. Poor hygiene and lighting, etc. Near miss. It is an unplanned event that had no human injury or illness but potential to do so. Examples. Falling of objects from height near a person. Speeding vehicle on pedestrian cross but nobody hurts. Person trips over extension cord but suddenly grabs the table. Opening of an outward door misses the other side person just by holding at the neck of the moment. Let's look at machine guarding. A good rule to remember is: any machine part, function, or process which may cause injury must be safeguarded. Where the operation of a machine or accidental contact with it can injure the operator or others in the vicinity, the hazards must either be eliminated or controlled. Fixed guards. Where frequent intervention is not required. Movable with interlock. Where frequent intervention is required. Mechanical motions that are common in our factory. The purpose of machine guarding is to protect against and prevent injury from transverse motion, rotating motion, nip points. The hierarchy of controls is a way of determining which actions will best control exposures. The hierarchy of controls has 5 levels of actions to reduce or remove hazards. The preferred order of action based on general effectiveness is: elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, personal protective equipment, PPE, emergency preparedness. Why emergency preparedness? To protect man, machine, equipment and building from crisis scenario. Prevent loss of material, minimize the property damage. Returning back to normal operation within minimum possible time. Need for emergency plan? After Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984, the emergency plan became mandatory for any organization to execute and display. The emergency plan is applicable to all available employees of the plant facility. Types of emergency. On-site emergency controlling authority is plant head. Off-site emergency controlling authority is district collector. This is the on-site emergency response team flow chart, general shift. Emergencies can create a variety of hazards for workers in the impacted area. Preparing before an emergency incident plays a vital role in ensuring that employers and workers have the necessary equipment, know where to go, and know how to keep themselves safe when an emergency occurs. In order for a fire to occur, three elements are required: oxygen, heat, and fuel. These elements are frequently shown as the fire triangle. Add in the fourth element, the chemical reaction, and we have a fire tetrahedron. The important thing to remember is, take any of these four things away, and you will not have a fire or the fire will be extinguished. The 5 different classes of fires. The 5 main classes of fires are categorized by what caused the fire or what the fire uses as fuel, and are as follows. Class A, ordinary solid materials such as wood or paper, fabric, and some plastics. Class B, flammable liquids or gas such as alcohol, ether, gasoline, or grease. Class C, electrical failure from appliances, electronic equipment, and wiring. Class D, metallic substances such as sodium, titanium, zirconium, or magnesium. Class K, fats, grease or oil fires specifically from cooking. Fire extinguisher. How to use a fire extinguisher. The PASS method. It is easy to remember how to use a fire extinguisher if you can remember the acronym PASS, which stands for pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Pull the pin. This will allow you to operate the extinguisher. Aim at the base of the fire. Point the extinguisher nozzle, or hose, at the base of the fire. Squeeze the lever above the handle. This discharges the extinguisher agent. Releasing the lever will stop the discharge. Sweep from side to side. Work permit system. It is needed as to protect property from damage, to avoid fire, to ensure that all works is carried out in safest possible manner with trained manpower. The permit specifies the condition and procedures for safe execution. Work permit shall be taken before initiation of the job. Work permit should be approved by the EHS department and must be issued for the following jobs: confined space, hot work, work at height, excavation work, lockout tagout, cold work. Lockout tagout, LOTO, General LOTO procedure. Step 1. Prepare for shutdown. Step 2. Perform the shutdown. Step 3. Locate and disconnect all energy sources. Step 4. Place locks and tags. Step 5. Release or block any stored energy. Step 6. Verify the lockout. Step 7. Perform servicing. Step 8. Undo the lockout. Personal protective equipment, commonly referred to as PPE, is equipment worn to minimize exposure to hazards that cause serious workplace injuries and illnesses. Before starting, consider how to do job safely. Start job once on-job training is received. Understand required PPE and how to use it. Determine correct tools and ensure they are in good condition. Scan work area, check guards and other safety features, know what is going on. As you work, check work position, reduce any strain. Any unsafe act or condition and near miss shall be reported and corrected. Remain aware of any changes in workplace. Talk to other worker about safety. Take safety home with you. Thank you.